All right, I thought I'd record this uh, upon finishing the set, the open mic set. So that was open mic number 6. Again, same old thing. Oh look, I found 5p. Anyways, so that was open mic number 6. What can I say? Loved every second. The amount of nerves I was feeling on the bus ride over didn't last long. I don't think it had anything to do with the gig. I had this weird I was listening to Bob Dylan's MTV version of Desolation Row. He reduces the song essentially by half. Anyways, I don't know what it was, but I suddenly felt this overwhelming sense of emotion. And I had this weird thought in my head that he was passing away. First, I thought I was passing away. Something inside me, I've had like these really, really fast heartbeats in the last several days. Don't know what it comes from. My health is good. You know, I get checked out once a year. I exercise. I have a good diet, but I do add a lot of sugar when times are stressful. But I had this weird sense of my own mortality. This is gonna sound so fucking woo-woo, I know, but I think it needs to be. I think it's just being real by sharing it. But then all of a sudden, I had this overwhelming experience, and then I had this thought of, what if Dylan dies tonight? This is like really, really strange stuff. Hold on a second. Every time I pass by this monument, I do my cross. This young girl died in a car accident. She was hit by a car in this road along Silverthorne. And the poor thing passed away. She had to be, 2001 to 2024. Looks like such a sweet creature. And I believe she was from El Salvador. Yeah, she was from El Salvador. And her name was Carolina Jimenez Ramirez, I believe. And I remember meeting the friend of the family, and I believe her first cousin. And it had recently happened, and the look of utter torment in their faces. All I said was, my deepest condolences, and I'll pray for her, essentially. But yeah, every time I pass by, I need to do my cross and send her every wish there is, God rest her soul. But talk about a tangent, eh? But anyways, yeah, that's the Carolina memorial over there. I don't know for how much longer it's going to be. I'm guessing because of the Catholic tradition, it could be there for a full year, so I may see it there still in late spring. I think that's when the accident happened. But back to less important things, and that was the experience of this open mic culture. I'm discovering things that have really never occurred to me before when I would go see the occasional friend do an open mic. My friends here in London were proper musicians, pros. So I went to their gigs, and these are people that practice like crazy, where their timing and their rhythm, their pitch is pristine. So going to open mics has been very revealing to me. One, there's a sense of them being carny folk, and I don't mean that in a denigrating way at all. This is out of respect. When I say carny folk, I mean that as a esteem. Very eccentric, basically high functioning eccentrics. They're going out there, they're living their regular lives, but something inside them needs to perform. They need to do that. Good or bad, sickening the audience or bringing them to a state of ecstasy. It doesn't matter. There's something about them that gets pulled into it. And you'll find it's the polar opposite of what you would suspect. They're not out for stardom. They're not out for stardom. They're out there for a sense of community and tribe and sharing this love of music together. I get something out of it as well. And I'm one of those carny folk in many ways. Now, back to what I was saying earlier about Bob Dylan. I had this sense of, is he passing away tonight? This is just so not me thinking of this stuff. But for some reason, I felt really emotional and overwhelmed listening to his MTV version of Desolation Row. I mean, he basically reduces the song to 5 or 6 verses, not the actual 10, which is what I performed in the open mic tonight. So what you're going to see is that video, and I'll provide commentary about the performance afterwards. But I'm starting to realize I'm feeling this warmth for this song on a level I never really thought about before. The song always was deeply meaningful to me, and maybe one day I'll dedicate a post to me just talking about it, like really breaking down the song, the acoustic version, really breaking down the song and thinking about what it evokes in me. It won't be an analysis, at least I hope not, because that's going to be boring as it's going to be boring. But I will say that by attempting to perform the song publicly, I'm getting a deeper and deeper connection to the song that I never expected before. Whereas beforehand, if you tell me that was going to happen anyways, I'd be inclined to believe you. Because we learn by doing, essentially, and I feel like performing the song publicly, I'm kind of living it. It's an extraordinary feeling. I did not expect this post to go this long, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. You're going to see me in a different environment tomorrow where I'll be discussing the performance. But overall, I'm happy with the performance. People enjoyed it, and the ones that didn't stayed silent. Nobody goes up to you and says you suck in an open mic. So yeah, that's it. I'm home now. So God bless to all. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the other end of that video tomorrow when I post it. Bisous, bisous. Testing. Who's feet? What? Who's got food pumping?
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is our next act. This is Artis.
Good evening. All right, we're going to start with the Neil Young called Words. And if I forget the words, it's the mother of all ironies. So, here we go.
Someone and someone were down by the pond, looking for something to plant in the lawn. Out in the field, they were turning the soil. I'm sitting here holding this water. As I looked out the window and out on the road, they're bringing me presents and saying hello. junk man selling you cars, washing your windows and shining your stars, thinking your mind was my own in a dream. What would you wonder and how would it seem? Living in castles a bit at a time, the king started laughing and talking in rhymes, saying words between the lines of age. Words between the lines of Thank you. So this next song is 10 minutes long and it has a lot of lyrics. It's a Bob Dylan classic called Desolation Row. And yeah, let's give that a go. It didn't go too bad 2 nights ago. All right. It's all good? Okay. Some postcards overhanging, the painting, the passports brown, the beauty parlors filled with sales, the circus is in town. Here comes the blind commissioner. They've got him in a trance. One hand is tied to the tightrope walker, the other is in his pants. And the riot squad, they're restless, they need somewhere to go. As Lady and I look out tonight on Desolation Road. Cinderella, she seems so easy. It takes one to know one. She smiles, puts her hands in her back pocket, Betty Davis style. And in comes Romeo, he's moaning, "You belong to me, I believe." morning. You belong to me, I believe. Someone says you're in the wrong place, my friend. You better leave. The only sound that's left after the ambulance is Cinderella sweeping on Desolation Road. Now Ophelia, she's neath the window. For her I feel so afraid. And on her 22nd birthday, she already is an old maid. To her, death is quite romantic. She wears an iron vest. Her profession is her religion. Her sin is her lifelessness. And though she looks upon Noah's great rainbow, she spends her time peeking into desolation. Einstein disguised as Robin Hood with his memories in a trunk. Passed this way an hour ago with his friend, some jealous monk. He looked immaculately frightful. His bummed a cigarette, and then he went off sniffing drain pipes, reciting the alphabet. You may not think to look at him, but he was famous long ago, playing the electric violin on Desolation Road. Dr. Filth, he keeps his world inside of a leather cup. All his sexless patients are trying to blow it up. His nurse, some local loser, she's in charge of the cyanide hole. She also keeps the cards that read, have mercy on his soul. They all play the penny whistle. You can hear them blow. Lean your head out far enough from Desolation Road. Across the street, they staple the curtains, getting ready for the feast. Phantom of the opera of a priest. They're all spoon-feeding Casanova to make him feel more assured, and they'll kill him with self-confidence while poisoning him with his own words. And the phantom shouts to skinny girls, get out of here if you don't know. Casanova's being punished for going to with a heart attack machine is strapped across their shoulders, and then the carol scene is brought down from the castle by insurance men. Check to see that no one's escaping to Desolation Road. Praise be to Nero's Neptune. The Titanic sails at dawn, and everybody's shouting, which side are you on? Ezra Pound and T.S. Eliot fighting in the captain's tower, while calypso singers laugh at them and fishermen hold flowers. Between the windows of the sea were lovely mermaids float. Nobody has to think too much about Desolation Road. I received your letter yesterday about the time the dawn broke. Asked me how I was doing. Was that some kind of joke? And all the people that you've mentioned, yes, I know they are quite lame. I had to rearrange their faces, give them all another name. Right now I can't read too good. Don't send me no more letters, no. Not unless you mail them from Desolation Road. And we got a pick.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Come on, put
For your mercy.
Good evening. It's the day after. I nearly didn't post that intro video last night. It was really woo-woo, but the fact is, it was visceral, man. It felt like such a powerful set of musings, visions, whatever you want to call them. And frankly, I was very uncomfortable about the idea of posting it leading up to the open mic footage. But I thought to myself, you know what? It felt right to do it. And I found 5p on the street, so I needed to share that, right? And so what happened is that I don't know what it was, but it was just this overwhelming sense of foreboding, both for myself and this weird thought that Bob Dylan was going to pass away last night. It's just very, very surreal. But anyways, it was just a lot of, I don't know, butterflies maybe? Who knows what it was? I'm not the nervous type. Once I'm on a stage, I rather enjoy being up there. Screw-ups or not. I love being up there. And so some thoughts on the footage. So that was open mic number 6, all right? And but I did 3 open mics that week, you know? Last night was number 3. And it was exhausting. I did an open mic Monday, Tuesday, and last night, Thursday. And Wednesday night I went out and to that John Gom event at Guitar in Camden. He was great. But it was a properly exhausting week. No excuses here, you know, own your little screw-ups. But I thought it was a wonderful time. At the end of the day, I need to work on my timing. I need to work on my pitch. One commenter wrote something about my guitar being out of tune. I listened to the footage again. Doesn't quite sound that way. Very possible I just played poorly on some parts. But as far as vocal pitch matching the key I was playing in, you know what? He's right. He's absolutely right. And I need to be a little more conscious of that. One is having a decent warm up. I'm still not doing that. I'm having a glass of water. I never drink alcohol before a set because it just dries you up, and that's not the way to go. But overall, I felt more comfortable with the strumming, even though there were mistakes, many mistakes. The last verse, I received your letter yesterday. Well, about the time the doorknob broke, you asked me how I was doing. Was that some kind of joke? That's the last verse. Well, I dropped the pick just before then, and I had to work on this. So I think as a matter of practice, I need to learn to strum with 4 fingers or 3 fingers, so I can make up for such things, or just carry a spare pick. Could have done that, but I was so flummoxed by dropping it, I forgot that I had an additional pick in my back pocket. Some positive things. I'm able to recapture. When I'm losing sight of lyrics, I'm able to recapture, even though the second and third verses, in the third verse, there's a repeat of the last part of the second verse. In the third verse, instead of doing All Except for Cain and Abel and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I went back to In Comes Romeo. He's moaning. You belong to me, you belong to me, I believe. That's the second verse. So that was a screw up. But when I realized it, I realized I should just keep going, and that's the end of it. And that's what I did. Back to recapture. I was able to recollect what lyrics to do by just going through just a couple of extra strums, and thank goodness, harmonically, it kind of fit into the whole pattern of what it was I was trying to do. But in other ones, it was quite prolonged, but still, the music kept going. And there was one occasion where there was a pause that I could count. But this is open mic number 6. And again, I always tell myself, what will 500 look like? Right? What will open mic 500 look like? I'm thinking about retitling the open mics, like open mics 1 and 2 is the first video of me performing, and I should do like a /500, and the next video is 3 of 500, 4 of 500, 5, and now here's 6. I might do that as a project. I still have a post to do regarding finger picking, and I'm going to do that in the next few hours. I need to sort some work out first, and then that's it. It's really the same old. I just need to keep doing it, be a lot more conscious of how I'm performing, and take that commenter's advice. I need to make finding a YouTube channel that teaches singing well and not just theory. There's this charismatic voice channel. I adore her. She's terrific. She sounds as if she's having an orgasm. She looks as if she's having an orgasm when she hears something vocally unique and beautiful. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but yeah, she looks like she's I know that look. But she's terrific. And but she teaches me theoretical things that I don't have much application for. I need the exercises, and I think that's what that commenter wrote. He's something like, I forget what his name is. It's a number, 679, I think, something like that. And he made a good point. I need to make my YouTube activity orient to at least one really good vocal channel that does exercises and I can participate in. It's not the same as having a real vocal coach, but it's close. And as far as the only person that I trust to teach me to sing, he's an incredibly busy man, and when his schedule loosens up and my fortunes turn, I will happily throw money at him to teach me, because he's a fine singer and he knows how to bring out other people's voices. Not to sing like him, but to sing like themselves. Yeah, AJ's pretty brilliant that way. Terrific songwriter. You should follow his channel. I refer to him often, AJ Moore Music. And I think that's all I have to say. It was a great time last night. It was an exhausting week. I am not going to do 3 open mics in 1 week again. I'm just too busy balancing the dog walking in Richmond with my business in the evening, dealing with North America, and then practice time and everything else, and then the social life. It's just too much, man. So I'm gonna keep it down to maximum 2 open mics per week, and at least 1 day apart, but ideally 2 or 3, but not 2 days in a row. It's not the way to go, man. I'm probably gonna end up saying yes anyways. The guy who organizes the Acoustify nights that you saw in the big display behind me when I was performing is a guy named Mike Gill, and he has an Acoustify channel. And guy's terrific, man. He brings in a crowd. I can't believe I'm performing in front of so many people, and I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I'm going to do my next Acoustify likely in a couple of weeks, because he's going to go away for a while. And when he's back, he asked me if I want to do it again. And I'm like, yeah, I want to keep screwing up until I no longer screw up. That's the goal. All right. Love to all. God bless. Have a beautiful weekend. And I'll probably be posting in the next few hours my finger style Fridays video. That's it. Bisous, bisous.